Yeah, good morning, everyone. So today we'll discuss about OLAP, yeah, query filter and pivot table. So can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you ever heard about OLAP, online analytical processing?
No.
No. Okay. So this is part of business intelligence. Okay. Usually in business intelligence, we have a strategic objective, which is measured by some KPI or key performance indicator. And then you need to show in the dashboard. Okay. And then in the dashboard, you should supposed to do some kind of online analytical processing, so-called OLAP. Okay. Of course, there are other part of this. It is analysis of regression, forecasting, and so on. This is part of the AI, yeah, artificial intelligence. So our task today in special class is to perform the OLAP, which is online analytical processing. Okay, so you can use database, of course, yeah, but usually when you use database, it is called query-driven application. Yeah, so this is like the traditional DB database. So you have some clients, which is usually the shop, for example, or the cash register of certain shops. Okay? And then you create a mediator here, and then some wrapper, and then the source is in here is the database. So the clients will interact with the database through this kind of system. Okay? But when we do another way is to create what is called data warehouse. Okay? So we have the metadata for the data warehouse, which is the type of variables, okay, and then what is the meaning of the variable that's called metadata. And then the clients will query directly in the data warehouse. Okay? And this data warehouse is basically an integration of several databases. So this is the basic idea. Okay. Now, the usual day-to-day operation that you do in the supermarket or in the shops, yeah, from the cash register, that is called OLTP, online transaction processing. So this is a major task in usually traditional database. Yeah. So we are not in database, we are in the spreadsheet. So we probably cannot do OLTP using spreadsheet, but we can do OLAP. What is OLAP? OLAP is called online analytical processing, okay, which describes the processing at the warehouse. Okay. So say if you have a very small business or your own shops, for example, okay, then you can do OLAP using spreadsheet. Okay? But of course, if you want to do a real business transaction that is online, you need the database. So it's beyond the scope of spreadsheet. Okay. I hope you understand the difference between OLTP and OLAP. When you will use database and when you will use spreadsheet. Okay. So what is OLAP? Okay. Online analytical processing. It is a multi-dimensional analysis of business data, okay, which provide the capability for complex calculation, trend analysis, and sophisticated data modeling. So the nature of OLAP is, these are the features. Yeah. First is aggregation. So you get the total sales, the percent of total, you compare. For example, you compare the budget with expenses, you compare the expectation, okay, and of the KPI and the actual things. And then you can also do ranking. So for example, the top 10, the quarter analysis. And you're supposed to be able to access more detailed data. That is the nature of OLAP. Yeah? You can also access more aggregate data. Okay? And of course, you do this through visualization. And you're supposed to interact. You're supposed to interact when you aggregate. Okay, so anyway, this is just the history. Online OLAP was proposed by the same person who actually proposed relational database. That means this is like the newer version of database. So in the old way, they use a relational database, which is still used until today. Okay. In relational database, you use data into tables. Okay. But in OLAP, your data structure is no longer tables, but multi-dimensional array. So new databases that is no longer relational, they are using OLAP already. Okay. So for example, no SQL database. Okay? That is basically for OLAP operation. So the idea is to use multi-dimensional array. Okay. So that multi-dimensional array is called data cube. Okay. So the terminology, the terminology is data cube. It's basically what is this? This is like multi-dimensional representation of data plus the possible aggregation. Okay. So what is the aggregation? So the measure. Okay. So in this case, you need to identify two things. First is the dimension. Okay, usually discrete. What is this? These are the attributes, the factors, the variables. Okay. And then second is the measure. This is usually continuous. For example, the count, the sum, the average. Okay, I will give you an example here. So this is like the sample data cube. Okay. And in the left side, you have products. For example, TV, PC, VCR. Okay. And then on the other dimension, you have date. Okay. So in date, for example, in this cube, we divide into 1 year is first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and so on. Okay. And then you also have, because this is multinational business, so we have region. Okay. So Philippines, Indonesia, Singapore, for example. And look at the color here. This represents the measure. Okay. For example, the measure is total. So, can you imagine the data cube? Okay. Now, using this data cube, okay, you can start to convert, okay, what is the table view into multi-dimensional cube. You look at this example here. On the left side is a table. Okay, for example, this is sales table. So you have product ID, you have product store ID, you have the amount, right? And on the right side, you see this is the cube modeling. Okay. In this case, what is this? P represent the product on the row, and then C represent the store ID. Okay. And what is this number here? 1250 and so on. This is the amount. Okay. So if you look at this, the same table, okay, the same fact table, you can also use it as a multi-dimensional cube. Okay, in this case, 2-dimensional. Until here, any question?
Not yet,
No,
sir.
sir, all clear.
Okay, so, but did you get it? The idea? So, for example, if you have In the left side here is 3D cube. Okay, that means the left side is the database. Okay, so for example, again sales table, you have product ID, store ID, date, and amount, and then you can create into 3D cube. Yeah, in the left right hand side here is the 3D cube. What is this? Okay, for each day, you have a table that you form it into a cube. So the way you view the data will be totally different. Okay? Because now you have a cube instead of table. Now you have a cube. Okay? The cube you can slice. Okay? For example, the slice of day 1, the slice of day 2, and so on. Okay? So the usual data for practice usually is called iris data. You can download that somewhere. Okay, this is very well-known data of flowers. Okay, so there are 150 flowers, consist of 3 types. Okay, and the type is setosa, versicolor, and virginica. And then there is also a petal length and petal width as the feature factors here. Of course, the real data that you have is actually numerical data, but you can always categorize this numerical data into ordinal data, which is low, medium, and high. Okay, this is example we have categorized already, and these are the count. Okay, so from that count, you can start to create a cube. Okay. So on the right hand side here is the cube. Okay, so look at the cube here. This 3 dimension, yeah? Petal width, petal height, sorry, supposed to petal length, and then the species. Yeah? And then, so you can also slice. Okay, you can do what is called cross-tab, cross-tabulation of length and width, for each flower, each type of flower. So we can slice the multi-dimensional array, something like this. Okay, and this is the original data in the table. So now look at the idea. Okay, so suppose you have sales volume as a function of product, months, and region. Now you have a dimension here. What is the dimension? You have dimension of product, you have dimension of location, and you have dimension of time. Why we call this dimension? Because now within the time, you can always create different values. For example, in the time you can create day, month, week, quarter, and year. And look at this. There's a kind of hierarchy, right? Of course, 1 year can be divided into several quarters. 1 quarter can be divided into several months. 1 month can be divided into several days, and 1 year can be divided into several weeks, and so on. Yeah? So there's kind of hierarchy here. And similarly with the location dimension, for example, you have the region, for example, Southeast Asia, and then you have country, you have cities, and then you have office. So one city, you can have several offices. So similar with the product dimension, you have the industry, okay? And then you have the category of that industry, and then you have the product. Can you see the multi-dimensional aspect of this, every dimension? Okay, so this is example of dimension of location here. Okay? So all, when we say hierarchy, look at the concept of hierarchy. When we say all, so of course all countries, and then we can go read down to certain country, for example, Indonesia only, and then from here you can go to the region, for example, East Java, West Java, and so, and then go down to the name of the city, and then the name of the shop, and so on. Okay, the same thing with the hierarchy. Yeah? So how to create that hierarchy, right? So to create that hierarchy, you need to put this kind of table. So this is called conceptual dimension table. So you will write as week 1, week 2, month 1, quarter 1, and so on. Okay, and then from here you can do a pivot table. So you got it or not? How to create that hierarchy? Of course, you create it by creating the name. For example, here, look at the table on the right side here. So for the year, you need to get the quarter, you get the month, you get the week, and so on. So basically, you derive the date. Okay, you derive from the date. Earlier, we discussed about function of date, right? So you derive the date now become week. Week, what number of week in a year, and then what is the month, what is the quarter, and so on. So you create a new column, okay, and then based on that new column, later on you can create this kind of hierarchy. Okay, now look at the hierarchy here. Here I have four dimensions. What is the dimension here? Yeah. So of course, the first is time. So look at the hierarchy. You have year, quarter, month, day. Okay. Second is the location. So you have from the top is the continent, country, the province or state, and then city, and then the street name. Okay. And then customer, the same thing. Yeah. So customer is another dimension. So you have a group customer, category of the customer, or the name of the customer. Okay. And then you have the items. Okay. So the product dimension, it is the type, the category, the brand name, the name of the product itself. Okay. So look at the difference between the dimension and the measure. This is not the measure, okay? This is the dimension, meaning the variable that affect. So what is this location? Location of the either your shop or the location of your customer. Two parts. Now look at the operation that we have. Okay, data warehouse operation or OLAP operation. These are the example of operation. We call it slice, dice, roll up, drill down, and pivoting and others. Okay, what is this? When we said roll up, you summarize the data. Okay, how do you summarize? You climb up the hierarchy. So this is dimensional reduction. Okay. When we say drill down, okay, or roll down, meaning you get more detail. Okay, from the higher level summary, you go to the lower level summary or more detailed data. Okay, when we say slice or dice, you get only a certain part of the project. You select certain part. When we say pivot, meaning you rotate, okay, you change the view, okay, and then sometimes if you have more than one table, you can have a drill across or drill through. This is we will not use this for Excel. This is usually for a database. Okay, this is example here so that you can see. Look at the center here is the all data. Okay, so you have time dimension, which is quarterly, and then you have product dimension, which is home, entertainment, computer, phone, security, and so on. And then you have location, location of the shop. It is in the different cities in North America. And then you can dice. Okay, you can dice. What is the meaning of dice? So, for example, you can dice for location is Toronto and or Vancouver, and the time is Q1 and Q2, and the item is home, entertainment, and computer. So, when you say dice, you look at on the top left here. Okay, you take a small portion of that big cube. Okay, you take a small portion of that big cube. Can you imagine that? Okay. And then from back to the middle, you can also do a roll up. Okay, for example, you roll up on the location here. So when you roll up the location from the cities to countries, so look at this. Okay, the value will change. Okay, but the only the location change. When we say roll up on the location, that only the location change. Roll up means go up to the hierarchy. What is this? From the cities now become country. From the quarterly now become yearly. From the product type, okay, now become all product. Okay, roll up is go up to the hierarchy. Okay. How about the slice, operation slice? Slice means you only take one part of the cube. Okay. So this example on the left down here is a slice for Q1. That means you have cities and the items. Example. For example, you have also a slice for New York, for example. That means you have the time, the Q1, Q2, and then the item. Okay? So you can slice different way of what you want. Next is to do what is called pivot. What is that pivot? Pivot means you do rotate. From that table, you rotate. On the bottom right here, you have what is called drill down. What is this drill down? Going to the detail in the hierarchy. Okay, so depending on what dimension that you want. Okay, for example, this is the drill down on time. So what is the meaning? The from quarterly now we become monthly. Yeah, so you drill down on time. So today you need to do this. Yeah, today you need to practice this OLAP operation. Yeah? So I need to give you the background so that you can understand what is the meaning of OLAP operation. So yeah, this is just the one that I just mentioned a while ago. Yeah, slicing, dicing. Okay, roll up, drill down. Okay. You can read by yourself. Yeah? So next, aside for the dimension, next is the measure. Okay, so what is the measure? There are three types of measure here. Huh? So I call this distributive, algebraic, and holistic. Yeah? So distributive, meaning if the result derived from the applying the function to aggregate the value is the same as that derived applying the function to all data without partitioning. So example here is count, okay, sum, minimum, maximum. Okay. Another type of measure is called algebraic. Yeah? So in this case, you compute certain function with certain m argument. For example, m is a number of integer, and then each of which is obtained by applying the earlier function, which is distributive function. So, for example, average. Average is what? Average is sum divided by count, isn't it? Okay. Minimum of n is minimum, but you do some kind of ranking. Okay. So, standard deviation is another type of measure. Okay. Next is holistic. That means there is no constant bound on the storage size. Okay. So this is the example of this is median, mode, and run. Okay. Anyway, this is not so important, but the most important is you remember these are example of measure. Okay. So in SQL, this is the example. Okay. Today you will not do SQL, okay? You will do Excel. Okay. But I'm just showing you all the things that you can do using SQL. You can also do the same using Excel, right? So this is the example of SQL command to get the aggregate. Yeah? The same thing, yeah? Select date and the sum, okay, from the sales table, group by date. So this is the example. Okay, this is another example. So select date and sum from the sales, group by date, and product ID. So if you look at this, okay, from the left table to the right table, this is called roll up. From the right table going back to the left table, that is called drill down. Okay. So these are the aggregate. Okay, so using sum, count, maximum, minimum, median, average. So in SQL, you put having class. So this is the example again. Say you have a cube here, okay, and then you want to count this. You want to get the sum. So then you can sum for all days, for example, and then from all days you sum for all product, right? Or you can sum for all what is it, the C columns, right? And finally you can also sum for all. Okay, so this is the way to aggregate. Right? Sum you can sum to the left or to the bottom or sum of all. Okay, so here example of operation. Okay, say you have the cube of sales which consists of customer, product, and day, right? So then you can do what? Oh, I can do only the sales for certain date, okay, or the sales for certain product, or the sales for certain customer, and so on. Okay? If eventually you can get the most aggregated value, which is in here, for example, 129. Of course, you can also extend. Yeah? You can extend offer different type of time component in the cube. Okay, and you can also create a hierarchy. Yeah. The aggregation is based on the hierarchy. For example, in here, I want to get only the certain region, okay, and the product, for example. I don't care about the customer. So you can also do pivoting. Okay, so this is the fact table on the left, okay, and then you do a multi-dimensional cube, and then from here, both sides you can also do pivoting at the bottom, right here. Okay, so you have a data, and then you remember you have two things. One is the dimension, it is the variable, and second is the measure, okay? The aggregation of that values there. Okay. So okay, that's all the talk. So let's go to the actual working with the spreadsheet. Okay, this is what you need to do today. So today is a workshop, so you need to do it on your own. Okay. You can download the you can download the from Google, Google Classroom, the US laptop sales last time.
Okay, sir.
In the introduction, the same data that we use. Okay. So, and then you will use Excel to do all operation. You will do drill down, roll up, pivoting, slicing, and so on. So this is the original US laptop sales, right? And then, so what we have here, we have only sales and cost, right? So then you need to create new values. You need to create sales, which is the same as revenue. Okay. Cost is the same as total cost. And then you need to create new variables here called profit. What is this? Profit is revenue minus cost. And then you can create what is called gross margin. What is this? Profit divided by sales. Okay, and then this is your task. Yeah. Oh, a lot of tasks today. Yeah? You need to find the top 10% sales, and then you need to add new field. So if you follow this task, okay, one by one, you're supposed to get everything okay. Yeah. These are your tasks for today. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so and then the slide will tell you how to do all those tasks. Okay, so I think this is also quite clear. So you add the new field, right? So this is the example. Insert the column E. In column E, you type month. Right? I think it's quite detailed. The slide is quite detailed here. Huh? And then when you want to categorize by rule, so these are the example of the. So and then you copy and paste. Yeah? I think the slide is quite detailed what to do. This is a workshop, so you can do it on your own. And in the gross margin, you add new columns, okay, and so on. So, and then this is how to get the 10% of the sales. So you go to the filter, okay, and then use number filter here. You go to the number filter, and then get the top 10. Yeah? That 10 what? 10%. Yeah? And then click OK. Yeah? The same thing with the top 1% sales and top 1% profit. Yeah? Supposed to do. Huh? And then you go to pivot table, right? You select everything. Yeah? And then you create a new worksheet. And then you drag and drop. Huh? So for example, what is the total number of sales for each product? So you drag and drop, product and sales. And then this is the result. And then example here, how many units sold for each cities? Again, you drag and drop the store, cities, and the sales. So you will get this kind of result. Okay. So where each product were sold? Again, you drill down here. Okay. Remember, this is the city. Now you can drill down, okay, into more details, right? And then you can aggregate. Again, using a pivot table, you can drag the product out, okay, to roll up. Basically, you can roll up also in Excel using pivot table. Okay, you can also rotate if you want. Yeah. Just drag and drop the store city, you can get this kind of result. And then the total sales on each city and month, the same thing. Yeah? You can also do drag and drop using a pivot table. Okay. So you drill down the profit category, you can answer this question. How many units sold for each city, each month, for each profit category? Yeah. Later on, you can also hide and show the profit category. Okay. So if you go to pivot table, there is a collapse and expand the entire field here. Okay. And then, of course, later on, you can do more formatting, table formatting, okay, and so on. And you can also do grouping. Okay. So you select several products together, and then you type. Okay. You type the brand name, for example, Acer. You type as Acer. So you do a group selection. Okay. And then after you do a selection, you can do a roll up and drill down into the hierarchy. Okay. So you create a new field called brand. And finally, you do a charting. Yeah? So this is the example. And the last one is to do chart combination. So you can combine several type of chart into one. Okay. And for the KPI, used for the scorecard, Usually, we want to know whether you pass or not. So then you can do, based on the profit category, for example, you can use traffic signal icon set. Okay. These are your tasks for today. So once you finish, you show me. And if you have any question, you can always ask. Huh?
So, for example, like here, if I do Acer and then I group right here, group selection, it doesn't really work. And then if I click OK, it's just going to go back like this.
So you have this one.
It says it would have overlap with another pivot table. Do I move it down?
You have a group selection.
Sorry, sir. Yes. Group selection.
Yeah. And then, there.
But it doesn't really work. If I say, oh, yeah, it goes back like that. Or should I just move it like?
You're supposed to create a new.
Oh, I have to create a new sheet. Oh, okay, yeah. So table worksheet. And as for profit, oh, wait, yeah, profit store city and product. The profit, the product is on rows. The store city here, average. It doesn't work. It says Excel was unable to update the pivot table name pivot table 3 because it would have overlap with another pivot table, even though this is a new sheet.
Oh, let me show you, okay?
Okay.
So here, can you see my
Yes.
Okay, suppose this is my I created this. Okay, so then I have the product. So let me create a new sheet first, huh? Let me show you a new sheet. What is the sheet supposed to be? Product and then store city, right? So I will have a store city here, and then I supposed to have the product here, right? And then what is this? This is like the average of profit. Okay, I will put the average of profit here. Profit. Yeah. So the average instead of sum, I will put it into average of profit, right? So you get this, right? Correct? And then now I select this Acer together, right? And then I put the group selection. So I will create a group and then I just rename it. So this is Acer. Right? And then this is there, right? Then I will put it as there.
How did you make the group again, sir? Could you repeat it?
Again, yeah. I will create a new sheet, okay? Okay, I will create a new sheet and then insert a pivot table, right? Where is the pivot table? So, okay, anyway, I will drop out this so that I will not make a new. Okay, I will remove all the fields. I will remove all the fields. Okay, this is the pivot table empty. Is it okay?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so what we will put here? Okay, we will start, okay? So I will put here the product, right? The product. Okay, product. So I drop here product, right? And then what I supposed to get? Store city, right? So I need to put store city in the column. I drag and drop. Okay. And then I supposed to get the profit, right? The profit I put in the values. Okay? So I put in the values, but when I put in the values, it will become sum. So I don't like sum. I want to do average. So I put average here. Now until here is okay, right?
Yes.
Yes. So then I selected Acer only here. Okay. I selected only Acer in the product. Can you see it? I selected only Acer. Okay. And then I go to the analyze here, group selection. Can you see it?
Yes.
Then I click this. There, it will create group automatically. And then I just rename this group name, Acer. And then this one, I rename it as there. This one, I rename it as what? HP. Right? And then this product 2, I rename it as brand. There, I have a new field called brand. This one is named Sony. Right? So I need to name it Sony. Is it okay? Okay, show me because I don't have your Excel, so can you show me? Okay.
Yeah, sir. Mine doesn't work like that. Wait, just share my entire screen. So this is like the exact same one
Yes,
that
yes.
you have, right?
Yes.
If I'll
No,
just
only the row label that Acer.
oh yeah, only
Yes.
this one, right?
Right.
Uh,
And then the
Acer.
design.
Then I pivot table analyze and then group selection.
Okay.
It's supposed to be correct, but it says Excel was unable to update the pivot table named pivot table 1 because it would have overlap another of pivot table, even though there is no other pivot table in this sheet.
Is it not in the design?
It's group selection.
Okay.
No, the design is just
No.
the design. This is the group selection and ungroup.
Apparently, new Excel does not allow that.
Yeah.
You group there.
Group. The same thing.
That's fine. Anyway,
No.
if you cannot do that, that's okay. So then you do it manually.
Do this. So like
You
make
create a new field called brand.
Oh. brand.
Yes, and then can you?
How to get the
No.
only Toshiba, only Sony?
Oh, can you? You know how to do. Text that one, right?
Sorry, sir.
So this is a text. The product name is a text. So pull it the text. How to get? So you can start to create a lookup table. No.
Oh,
There is a look. No. Wait. You create a lookup table first. Remember?
oh yeah. Okay.
Okay. So what is the one that you need? Toshiba, Sony, Asus. Right? So can you find any
I'll just copy this. The name.
substring? Can you find a substring?
Oh.
See.
It doesn't work. Okay.
That's strange. Your Excel behaves.
Yeah. Very weird.
Very weird. Supposed to be okay to copy and paste value, home, paste.
Oh, it doesn't even show up now.
Weird. Value.
Values, but then only paste the number one.
Weird. That's super weird.
Huh. Okay. So
Is this your Excel is weird, really weird.
yeah, I
Like
think the Mac version is a bit weird.
you cannot paste values.
From this one, no. If I do it from other things like this is profit, right? This profit is like this. I can copy and then paste values.
Okay, can you do
Oh,
it in the
wait, it only shows the first
Oh,
one.
cannot? Oh, that's strange.
It should be showing the whole
Right,
value.
whole.
Usually it works. I don't know what's up with this one. Wait.
What have
Maybe
we
I
Last time we
restart
did practice on the paste value, right? In the beginning.
Yeah, it worked. It worked normally. Wait, I will probably just restart Excel.
That's super weird.
Okay, open. Okay, maybe let's copy. No, it doesn't work. Huh.
Is it because of the filter? Or maybe because of the filter. It works.
Oh.
Not see because there is a filter there.
Oh yeah. That's right. Okay.
I know
Yeah.
why.
Oh yeah. So where's
data.
the filter?
Data.
Clear. Oh, I think we just cleared it.
Data not non-filter. Unfiltered.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
I think but you did not see it because
Yeah. Okay, it works now. Yeah, so I
filter it, that's why.
So we make pivot table.
Yeah.
A special.
Try again. Maybe because of the filter, you cannot do that.
Oh yeah, maybe. The filter is clear.
That's okay.
No, it still doesn't work.
Okay, so
is the filter?
Well, you can still make a new field. That name is right. Copy. Then there, okay. You remember how to do nothing?
Sorry.
We look up usually.
Wait. This is correct, right, sir?
Yes, but we look up usually for numbers. Wait.
Oh, it.
Let me check the help file. Formula. Look up.
Do we do match? Wait.
No, I mean the range column. I think it will go only the value. You can try. You can try. Can lookup value can be text. Okay, it's okay. Try. No, VLOOKUP. VLOOKUp.
So VLOOKUP, right, sir?
Yeah, VLOOKUP. VLOOKUp of that value.
For that table array.
Two.
Column index 1.
Oh, two.
Yeah, the column index 1, right?
2.
Oh, no, 2.
You will resolve it. Yeah.
Oh, yes. No, it works. Okay, so I have to name this.
So it works.
Yeah, brand lookup. Oh, yeah, this is very weird.
LUT.
Sir, how to fill in this quickly?
Usually I go to the website. I use keyboard, not mouse. So okay, so you go to
why it shows Dell? Wait. Huh? Wait, huh?
Oh, maybe because I know the last column. The last column supposed to be what?
The last column.
Yeah. The range lookup is
Exact match. Is it?
No.
No. No.
That is true already. The lookup range lookup that is supposed to be exact match supposed to be, no?
So we do false.
Yeah.
But if I drag it down, it still shows Dell, even though this is Acer.
Oh, really?
Huh. This is very, very weird. But it works for the first one. The filter is clear. Okay. What if I... it doesn't
work.
It's supposed to be correct, right, sir? The HP NX 350. HP NX 350 brand lookup. This is the file table 2. Yes, 2. What is 5? Oh, it needs to be true.
True is okay.
Yeah. Oh no.
What happened?
Huh.
Why that is correct?
I cannot drag it down.
Because you drag it down.
Yeah. It's supposed to work normally.
That's great.
Like I've tried it like many times. Try to lookup.
Yeah. I don't know. So if you copy the formula instead of something is weird with your Excel.
No, if I copy it, it's still
not working.
Yeah. Wait. Let's copy. Nope.
Nope.
Formulas. It doesn't. I don't know what's wrong with my Excel. Oh, what's this?
Wait.
What's this? No, yeah, it's correct. Hmm.
We look up for this. And then people array. Okay.
Why do
And then two.
no? I cannot drag anything else as well.
I when I do that, can I show you my share?
Oh yes.
So when I do exactly what you are doing, I get this. So this is the lookup table, right? I will put it LUT. So
Oh, it works now, sir. I just restart the Excel again.
oh, when you restart the Excel, it works. So
Yes, it's working now.
no problem. So what happened? Just because you restart, it works?
Yes, yeah. I just restarted and it works normally. I don't know why.
That's super snake.
Yeah.
It's weird. So now working, no problem.
Yes, now it's working. No problem. I will just make the pivot table, the brand inside the pivot table.
Yes, yes. Okay. That's good. So it's almost finished. Livy, Joy, how is it?
I'm still working on it.
Okay.
I'm at number 20
Any
or something.
problem?
No, not yet. I mean, I have like
Sir,
I start
I
slower
have a
because
question.
Okay. Cool.
Sir, I want to ask something.
You want to share?
For this one, sir. For this one, what do we do with this one?
You just drag and drop. So that one is you copy in the new sheet and then you drag out the products. Drag out.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you copy the new sheet and then you drag out. That's easy.
Okay, sir.
Okay. The whole exercise is supposed to be just drag and drop, right? Supposed to be very easy. I hope the slide is clear enough for you.
Yes, I think it's clear, sir.
Yeah. I don't know why your Excel cannot do grouping. That's weird. Maybe after you restart, you can do grouping.
Yeah. Wait, no, it still doesn't work.
Still doesn't
No
work.
no grouping.
I have no idea why. You do a grouping, you're supposed to do like this. You can expand or collapse. This one's supposed to be possible, right? Okay. Yeah, if you have problem, you tell me. Yeah? You just wait.
For like for this one, we just need to drag this one, right? But
Drag and drop store city. You already have it. Okay. Down
here, right?
Yes. And
But
then
it
what,
cannot.
wait. What is the question here? So wait. You just want to rotate, right?
Yeah.
Oh. So if you want to rotate, okay. So rotation mean what? Now the store city is now in the store city is now in the column, right?
Yes.
You want to have a store city in the column. So you see usually there is a what is that called? So can you just drag and drop the store city in the column?
This one, right?
Yeah. In there is a legend there, right? Usually when you put let me show you.
Okay.
So what you have. So there is a field list there. Can you see it?
You haven't shared your screen, sir.
There is a field list. Okay. So here, if you open the pivot table analysis, there is a field list. Okay. There in this field list, can you see that? You can actually drag and drop here. So you put in the column or in the row.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So can you try? Share your screen.
So we just use this one.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So now in the rows. Now you put it in the rows. There you go.
oh, okay.
Right, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Good. Good.
Sir, I have a question.
Oh, cool. Sorry.
Okay, I share my screen. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so I want to display. I want to display in percentage, right? So I go here, then I click here, but then I cannot find because when I click like grand total and okay, it will be like over 100%.
What do you want to get the percentage?
I want to chart each product by a percentage of average profit.
And this is because you put the profit category.
It's supposed to be profit, right? The
Okay.
other column.
Because you put profit.
Oh yeah, that's why. Oh yeah, I didn't realize.
Profit. Okay.
No.
Just normally, right?
But it will not show percentage.
Percentage of divided.
I want like the percentage.
You want to get the percentage.
Yeah.
Percentage of what?
Percentage of the average of profit.
Percentage of the.
You ask us to chart each product by percentage of average of profit.
Oh, that one you don't put in the pivot table. You do it in the filter.
Do it in the filter.
Yep. So you go to the first data, the data first, and you go back to the sheet of data. Okay, there. What do you want now?
Average of profit.
So go to the profit here. No, yes, that one. There, and then number filter. There, top 10. One. Then instead of item, you put percent. So how many percent? 10%. Click OK.
Wait, no, sir. I'm at number 26 right now. You asked us to charge each product by percentage of average profit. Wait, I should just share my whole screen. This one.
Okay. You want to chart each product by percentage of average profit.
Yes.
Yeah. So how do you do that?
At first, I tried to make this one. Wait, I'll turn off the filter. Okay. So at first, I insert, then pivot chart, then I just go like this.
Okay. So now,
So because I want,
no, profit. Average. Just take average. Okay. Cool.
do I use number?
No, it's okay. Yeah, this is the now you have each product, right? For example, each product is Acer, or you want to Acer 2400, right? So you want to get the percentage. Can you get the percentage of that? So now you have the average profit, right?
Yeah.
And then now you create a new column in column C. Okay, so percentage. Okay, so that means how do you get the percentage? So you get the total, right? That one, yes, divided by total down. Yes, but the total, okay, good. That is another one. You
The total will move. I just rename.
and
But then when I drag, it stays the same because this doesn't move, this part, because we have the Acer 2400.
oh, okay, that's easy. You just put this into values.
Put this one into
So
values.
the whole table. Okay, first you put the A and B, you copy
A and B.
A and column B.
Oh, I copy.
Yeah, that one. And then you copy, Control C, and then paste as value. Paste, boom, paste, value. Okay,
I need to move the pivot table.
Because pivot table is formula, so they don't want to change that, right?
Why I cannot clear?
Just delete. There.
I cannot.
You cannot
I
change.
just make a new sheet.
Oh,
Yeah,
just
I
copy
just make
into
a
new
sheet.
sheet if you don't like it.
Okay, what is this one?
Yeah, that two columns you put it into a new sheet. Okay. There, and then you can calculate the percentage.
Oh, but the chart.
But
Yeah, it's okay. I can
you
just
can
make new
calculate
one.
again later. So percentage. right? And then that one divided by that. So
Oh, same one. Wait.
no, you divided by bottom, yeah. Yeah. Should be 100%.
Oh no.
That's strange. Hmm?
Why is it more than 100?
Why?
Hmm. Wait.
I I think
Uh,
again go okay, go here. Let me check. Go up first in the column A, C1. Okay, so go to B21 and then put a sum of all above.
Hmm.
That one.
Wait.
Hmm? No, sum of all above. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this is
Okay. But why does is the pivot table wrong?
no, because the pivot table is telling the grand total of the average, meaning the average of the average.
Oh, yeah, yeah, makes sense.
Right.
Do you want a pie chart or do you want a?
Oh, that's up to you.
It's up to you. Okay.
Percentage pie chart is the best.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So they have different meaning. That's why. So, so what do you think about what you learned today? That Excel can also do similar work as database, isn't it?
Yeah, but Excel is easier
Oh yes, definitely.
because we just click.
You just drag and drop, right? So the same power of database, okay? And if your data is just less than 1 million, how many million Excel can do? Oh, Excel can do up to 65,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not million. Huh? So at the bottom is 65. If you go to the bottom of Excel, so I create a new sheet here. And then I do N at the bottom. I'm supposed to get the 1,400,000. What is this? 48
Yeah, 1,048,000.
and 576. So this is the maximum Excel can do. So it's about 1 million data, right? So if your data is less than 1 million, you can still use Excel. Okay? But if your data is above 1 million, you better consider to use database. You may say, when I will get 1 million data? Oh, that's very fast. If your data is online and then every day you collect the data, to get 1 million data is very fast. So, so below 1 million, we call it small data. You know? Above 1 million, we call it a big data. Because now you no longer use Excel, yeah? You use database. for a small business, medium business, usually the data is less than 1 million. And this is not OLTP anyway, this is OLAP, right? So OLTP means you get all the data. But in OLAP, you already have the data, and the data is not increasing. That this is the only data that you have. And then you start to do OLAP operation. So OLAP operation is usually for manager, okay, and above. The CEO will talk about the OLAP operation. When the OLTP usually for daily operational manager rather than the top level. Okay. So that's the difference between the OLTP and OLAP. And this is very nice. I think you do a drill down, roll up, pivoting. Super. So let me check our curriculum. Just continue to do this until finish. And if you have a problem, you can ask me in WhatsApp or in Facebook Messenger. Next week, what we were supposed to talk about? Oh, next week we will discuss a little bit about charting. Is it okay? Yeah. And then we will go more exciting topics about iteration and animation, something that you don't find in any other books. Or this is my own invention, the iteration and animation. Okay. So next week we discuss about visualization and charting. So please read it before the class.
Yes, sir.
So that we can finish it fast. Later on, we will discuss many. Okay, in Solver we have many topics there. That's probably one of the strengths in Excel to do a Solver. So you are in IBE, which most of your work is about optimization. So I think discussing about this is really worth it of your time. And then we discuss about statistics. So again, I have a very simple linear regression and data analysis. And then at the end, we will discuss about macro. So it depends on how fast we can go. If you want deeper, we can go more detail in macro. But if we cannot do it fast, then just the beginning. So the one I posted here is just the beginning. But if you want more detail, you can go to my tutorial in Visual Basic tutorial in the folder, which basically macro in Excel is the same as Visual Basic 6. Okay. Visual Basic 6 is the same as macro in Excel. So this is like the old version of Visual Basic, but the code is exactly the same. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Thank you for attending and listening. I hope you can finish the task for this workshop. Okay, for those who did not finish.
Do you want us to submit our work, sir?
Do you want me to ask you to submit or not?
It's up to you.
Up to you, sir.
Okay, then you submit the workshop today, so that at least I will make sure that you did. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
sir.
Otherwise, you will not practice it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, good. Anyway, you are already doing it, so you just submit what you're doing. Okay. Just to make sure that you do. Thank you for today and see you next week.
Okay, thank you,
Thank you,
sir. See you.
sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. See you.